What if I took one of the greatest Nerf blasters ever created and modified it to surpass its limitations by over 1,000%? This is the story of how I fought creative hurdles and faced failure to increase my Nerf blaster's ammo capacity by over 10 times. Ever since I got my hands on what is currently the fastest firing Nerf blaster ever, the Rival Perses, I knew I had to modify it to become a monster that Nerf never intended it to be. The last time I did something like this, I increased the ammo capacity of the full auto Rival Nemesis by 3,500%. If I'm able to replicate that extreme level of craziness with this blaster, it would be the most insane Nerf Perses hopper mod currently on YouTube. And if I fail, it would mean hours and hours wasted, and time is something I don't have enough of when I have so many videos to complete for different companies right now. Game plan. What do we need to make this happen? To make this even possible, I need two major things, both halves of the hoppers I made for the Nemesis mod 2 years ago. After inspecting the design of the Perses, I was confident I could reuse these hoppers with some slight changes to produce the most ridiculous Nerf Perses mod the internet has seen. For over 2 years I kept these containers just in case a moment like this arose. I dig through the deepest depths of my house to find these two hoppers unscathed. Now it's time to restore them to their former glory. But wait, there's something more important than the hoppers we haven't addressed. The Perses, like all motorized Nerf blasters, have safety mechanisms. In this case, the blaster can only be powered on if the 50-round hopper is locked and loaded inside. If not, you can't fire the blaster at all. Let's figure out how this works. Having the hopper placed inside presses against this tab, which allows the blaster to rev up and therefore fire rounds. So if we can press down this tab ourselves, we don't need the original hopper anymore, and we can use the homemade hoppers with zero restrictions. To figure this out requires finding the proper material and utilizing it to press this tab without getting it permanently lodged in the blaster and/or breaking anything. This is the most critical part of the mod. If we can't press this tab down, this entire mod and video become worthless. But I had faith. There's one person I know who enjoys tinkering with things and could help us out. My dad. I hand custody of the blaster to him as he sifts through the various tools and materials at his disposal to get this done. His first iteration yielded temporary success before the fragile balsa wood he used snapped under the pressure during test firing. While he works to come up with an improved model, I leave him to his devices and begin rebuilding the top hopper to help it pile rounds towards the center where I cut a hole at the bottom. Afterwards, I check up on my dad to investigate his progress with the Perses, and just as I thought, a solution was possible. He wedged a piece of popsicle stick in the blaster to press on the tab, and that worked flawlessly. But we're not out of the woods yet. Up until the very end of this video, a lot goes wrong that we've yet to see. Using old shoelaces and a crap ton of tape, I secure the bottom hopper to the blaster. Okay, does this work so far? Nope, it doesn't. This was not a good sign. I realized that rounds are jamming near the front half of the blaster. They need more space to jiggle around and feed correctly to be fired. So I repositioned the hopper towards the back to allow more space for the rounds to move around freely, and that solves the problem. Easy. It only took me a couple of minutes to do, but it takes you only a couple of seconds to hit that subscribe button for more unique Nerf content. Everything was starting to shape up so I could build the craziest Perses hopper mod on the internet. With all the pieces coming together, it gave me full creative autonomy to go all out and assemble the final parts. I dumped over 1,200 rounds into the hoppers. With this all set up, this blaster could now theoretically hold over 3,400 rounds. This entire journey has led up to this moment, but it wasn't long before reality slapped me right in the face. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is brutal. Yeah, this is worst case scenario right here. Yet again, the Perses jammed. It seems that the sheer weight of all the rounds in the hoppers make it impossible for the Perses to properly feed and fire them. If 1,200 rounds is too much to handle, that means I could say goodbye to my ideal 3,400 round hopper mod. This bitter realization hit me. The only way to salvage any of this work is to entirely remove the top hopper, reducing the theoretical max capacity to around 900 rounds, and praying that this hopper would hold up. As you'll see right now, there was something much worse I would come to face. It's the worst time for it to break. I think I broke the Perses. Now it won't even turn on. To buy another blaster would cost $160 altogether. Oh, God. I didn't know what to do. I troubleshooted some more with little faith, but I'm so glad I did. I am an idiot. Yes, it works. I just did not have the jam door completely closed. You can stop moping around and get back to this mod. I feel like I'm really playing with fire with this. This may feel overdramatic, but at this time, everything I felt was raw and real. This frightening moment where I thought I broke a $160 Nerf Blaster completely changed my perspective. I downgraded my max ammo capacity to a modest 550 rounds. Too powerful. And when it worked, I felt this overwhelming relief. You can see very clearly in my stupid grin how I felt. I think I can settle for a mod that cost me $0 and increase my ammo capacity by 11 times. Sometimes things go a lot smoother, like how I made a great Nerf gun even better. Tap the video to see how I achieved my ultimate goal in that video. Click the subscribe button right now to never miss more compelling Nerf storytelling like this. Check out my most popular Nerf videos in the card here. I'll see you all in the next one.